If you enter a place and immediately seek out the emptiest corner, if you feel relief when you find a clean and organized environment, or if you tire more quickly in spaces full of objects and people than most people around you, perhaps your brain is doing something far rarer and more powerful than you imagine. It's not fussiness. It's not an exaggeration. It's not that you're antisocial or difficult. It's that your nervous system works in a different way, processing the world with a depth that few can access. This video is not a diagnosis, nor an attempt to label you. It's simply an invitation to look more calmly at this way of being that you may never have fully understood. Here, we'll explore the hidden superpowers behind this need for empty space and how this can actually be one of your greatest strengths. If any part of this behavior seems familiar to you, share it in the comments. This is a quiet space to recognize yourself and better understand your own superpowers. When you enter a crowded place, your body automatically seeks the emptiest corner. It's not a conscious choice. You walk into a party, a restaurant, a waiting room, and your eyes are already scanning the space looking for where there are fewer people, less movement, less noise. It's as if your body has an internal radar that detects concentrations of stimuli and immediately seeks the opposite. You don't even realize you're doing it, but you are, always. Other people enter the same place and go straight to the center, where there are more people, more conversation, more life. They seem to feed off of that. You don't. You feel a physical need to position yourself away from the core of activity. It's not shyness. It's not fear. It's your nervous system asking for space to breathe, to process, to exist without overload. This automatic behavior isn't a social flaw. It's your brain protecting your ability to perceive details that most people ignore. While others are immersed in chaos, you're strategically positioning yourself to absorb everything clearly. That's pure emotional intelligence working silently. Your brain can't handle visual overload because it's always processing everything at once. While most people can automatically filter out what doesn't matter, your brain works differently. It picks up everything: the color of the wall, the crooked picture, the stain on the ceiling, the background conversations, the noise of the air conditioner, the mixed smell of perfumes. Everything comes in at once, and you can't simply turn it off. It's exhausting. Therefore, empty spaces are not an aesthetic preference. They are a functional necessity. When there is less visual information competing for your attention, your brain can finally relax. It stops processing 1,000 simultaneous stimuli and can focus on what really matters. It's like taking a weight off your shoulders. You feel the difference in your body. This kind of heightened perception is rare. Most people live on autopilot, ignoring 90% of their surroundings. You can't do that, and while it sometimes feels like a curse, it's also a superpower. You see layers of reality that others don't even know exist. You feel real physical relief when you enter an organized and clean room. It's not just a feeling of, great, it's tidy. It's genuine relief. Your shoulders relax, your breathing slows, your chest decompresses. It's as if your whole body releases tension you didn't even know you were holding. The empty space around you acts like a silent embrace that says, here you can rest. When you enter a cluttered environment, full of scattered objects and vibrant colors competing for attention, your body reacts physically. You feel a tightness, restlessness, a desire to leave or tidy everything up immediately. It's not a cleaning obsession. It's your nervous system going into alert mode because there's too much information to process, and it's already exhausted. This physical relief in empty spaces reveals something important. You're not just looking at the space. You're feeling it. Your body responds to the environment as if it were part of it. This profound sensitivity is a gift. It means you're connected to your surroundings in a way that most people lost a long time ago. If you've noticed this way of reacting in yourself or someone close to you, right, this sounds like me. This helps this video reach more people who think and feel similarly. In crowded restaurants, you'd rather wait for a secluded table than sit in the middle. You're hungry, the line is long, and there's an empty table right in the center of the restaurant. Everyone accepts and sits down. You look and feel an immediate discomfort. You prefer to wait. You prefer to stand for a few more minutes until a table appears in the corner, away from the flow of people passing. For you, the wait is worth it. People around you don't understand. They think you're being demanding, complicated, or that you have some kind of socialization problem. But it's nothing like that. It's just that you know, even without words, that if you sit there in the middle of it all, surrounded by movement and noise, you won't be able to enjoy your meal. You'll eat quickly, tense, wanting to leave. Your body already knows this before your mind processes it. This choice is not a whim. It's profound self-care. You are protecting your energy, your ability to be present, to savoir food, to have a complete human experience. While others accept any place because it doesn't matter, you are honoring a real need of your nervous system. This is bodily wisdom, not a flaw. Your mind functions better in minimalist environments because it doesn't waste energy filtering out stimuli. When you need to think, create, or solve something important, you seek out an empty space. It could be a minimally decorated room, a clean desk, a quiet corner. There, ideas flow, thoughts organize themselves. You can reach conclusions that seemed impossible just minutes ago. It's not a coincidence. It's your brain finally functioning at maximum capacity. Most people can think anywhere because their brains automatically filter out what's irrelevant. Yours doesn't do that. It processes everything. So, when you're in an environment full of visual information, half your mental energy is being spent just dealing with the excess. That leaves little for deep reasoning, creativity, or clarity. This need for minimalism is not weakness. It's maximum efficiency. You've discovered, even unconsciously, how to get the best out of your own brain. While others get lost in distractions they don't even notice, you create ideal conditions to access levels of focus and depth that few achieve. That's silent genius. You get tired more quickly in places full of objects, colors, and sounds than other people. You spend an afternoon at a shopping mall, a fair, or a crowded event, and you arrive home completely exhausted. You didn't do anything physically demanding, but it feels like you ran a marathon. Your body craves bed, silence, darkness. Meanwhile, the people who were with you still have energy, still want to do more. You don't understand how they manage it. The thing is, you're not weak. Your brain simply worked 3 times as hard. While they were strolling peacefully, your nervous system was processing every shop window, every sound, every movement around you. You absorbed the entire environment, registering details they didn't even see. Of course, you're tired. You experienced those hours in a much more intense way. This rapid fatigue isn't a sign that you need to push yourself harder. It's a sign that you experience the world in an amplified way. Your sensitivity isn't a manufacturing defect. It's a powerful antenna that picks up frequencies most people don't even know exist. The price is exhaustion. The gift is depth. Your body uses emptiness as a protective shield against constant sensory overload. You didn't consciously choose to need empty spaces. It was your body that learned, over time, that this is the only way to survive in a world that never stops. Every time you seek an empty corner, a quiet room, a clean environment, your nervous system is defending itself. It's creating a protective bubble against the avalanche of stimuli coming from all sides. Other people don't need that shield because the world doesn't affect them in the same way. They can be anywhere without feeling the weight of being overwhelmed. You can't. For you, being in crowded places is like being caught in a crossfire of information. Your body registers everything, feels everything, processes everything. Emptiness is the only place where you can let your guard down and simply exist without defenses. This need for protection doesn't make you fragile. It makes you intelligent. You know your limits, respect your nature, and create conditions to function well instead of forcing yourself to endure the unbearable. That's emotional maturity. It's wisdom that most people take decades to develop, and you already practice it without even realizing it. You organize drawers and cabinets, leaving empty spaces on purpose, even without realizing it. When you tidy up your things, you never completely fill a drawer, a shelf, or a closet. There's always space left over. People find it strange. They say you're wasting space, that you could store much more there. But you feel you need that emptiness. You can't explain exactly why, but you know that if you fill everything to the brim, something inside you will feel suffocated. This silent habit reveals something profound about how you function. You're not just organizing physical space. You're organizing your mind through it. Every empty space you leave is a visual breather, a pause, a place where your brain can rest when you look at it. It's as if you're creating small oases of calm within your own home. Most people accumulate, pile up, fill every available inch. You do the opposite, and that's not waste. It's emotional design. You're architecting environments that support your mental health, that allow you to function at your best. That's intelligence applied to real life. It's invisible care that few can understand. If this explanation has made things clearer about your personality, please comment. Now I understand better. Your participation strengthens this self-awareness community. Your need for silence and empty space is actually a superpower of deep focus. While most people can function reasonably well in any environment, you need specific conditions. And when those conditions are present silence, emptiness, you access levels of concentration that others don't even know exist. You dive deep. You enter a state of flow where hours pass like minutes and you produce incredible things. This superpower comes at a price. You can't switch it on and off anywhere. You can't work well in a noisy office, study in a crowded library, or think in a chaotic room. But when the conditions are right, you go further, deeper, and with higher quality than most could in 10 times the time. Your sensitivity to the environment is not a weakness. It's the gateway to excellence. People who function anywhere rarely access true depth. They are always on the surface, always available, always connected, but never fully present. You are the opposite. Or in your ideal environment, you disappear from the world and emerge with something true, original, profound. That is rare, that is valuable, that is yours. His unique brain transforms emptiness into creative fuel that most people never access. Emptiness is not absence for you, et près. While most people need constant external stimuli to feel alive, you find something powerful in silence and space. There, in the stillness, your mind begins to create. Ideas emerge from nothing. Impossible connections are formed. You access a creative source that only exists when everything around you is empty enough for it to appear. Artists, writers, and profound thinkers throughout history have always known this. They isolated themselves, sought empty spaces, and created minimalist environments, not because they were eccentric, but because they knew that true creativity doesn't compete well with the noise of the world. You carry this same instinct? Your brain knows it needs emptiness to generate something new, original, and uniquely yours. This is the ultimate superpower. You don't depend on the external world to feel, think, or create. You have such a rich inner universe that the emptiness around you serves only as a blank canvas on which it can manifest, while others flee from silence because it reveals their inner emptiness. You seek silence because you know that your greatest strength lies there. This is not common. This is exceptional. If you've made it this far and recognized at least some of these behaviors in yourself, know that you're not alone. There's a whole silent segment of people who function exactly like this, processing the world more deeply, experiencing environments in an amplified way, and seeking empty spaces not out of whim, but out of real need. And perhaps most importantly, this isn't a flaw that needs correcting. It's a way of being that carries unique superpowers as long as you learn to respect and honor this nature of yours. The world will continue to be noisy, crowded, chaotic. But now you know why certain environments drain you and others renew you. You know why you need that empty corner, that quiet room, that organized space. And you also know that this need doesn't make you difficult or demanding. It makes you aware. It makes you someone who deeply understands how things work inside and acts accordingly. Have you ever noticed this type of behavior in yourself or someone you care about? Share your experience in the comments. Sometimes, just reading similar stories makes us feel much less alone. If you enjoy content that reveals the hidden superpowers in your personality, subscribe to the channel. Here, we look at common daily habits with a calmer, deeper, and more human perspective.